out here at the skate park today, and my son is teaching me how to skateboard. I never learned how, so anyway, it's pretty fun. It's hot. It's almost 80 degrees today. Summer is coming. Wow! Super excited for that. We'll probably have more snow here in Colorado, so not to be fooled, but I'm gonna soak it up while it's here, and it's got me thinking about sunscreen. Hey, I'm Mehgan Heaney-Grier, and this is the Imperfect Conservationist. In today's episode, I've got what you need to know about sunscreen this summer, and we're starting right now. Sunscreen, we all gotta use it. In this day and age, we need to protect our skin from the sun to avoid harmful rays that can cause skin cancer and also age our skin at warp speed. So sunscreen these days is not just for your sun worshiper. Even if you're just an AC hopper going from one air-conditioned building to the car and then into another building, you're still getting tons of sun day after day. And so we need to protect our skin one way or another. So we're either gonna be covering up with protective clothes or you're gonna need to be putting on sunscreen. Maybe some of both. The problem with sunscreen is most are full of harmful chemicals that aren't good for you or the environment and the ocean. One of these chemicals that's been getting a lot of attention is oxybenzone. But here's how these chemicals can be harmful to you and your family. You think about how we use sunscreen. We wipe it all over our bodies, our kids, all summer long. And from there, it's absorbed through our skin and into our system, into our bloodstream. The reason these are not good things to have in your body is because at least 9 of the common ingredients in most sunscreens are known endocrine disruptors, which basically means that they disrupt some really important systems in your body, like impacting development, reproduction, neurological, and immune systems. This can show up as birth defects, endometriosis in women, and infertility in men. And the FDA confirmed that just a single application of sunscreen containing oxybenzone resulted in concentrations of more than 360 times its safety threshold. That's crazy. Now, if that doesn't bother you because, I don't know, your nads are made of steel or something, these same chemicals are known pollutants and are also wreaking havoc on wildlife and in our underwater environments. It turns out that 6,000 to 14,000 tons of sunscreen washes off our bodies into water ecosystems every year. This is gravely impacting the health of many fish species and is accelerating coral bleaching on our reefs. Even if you're just taking a shower, oxybenzone and other harmful chemicals in sunscreens are unfortunately not removed by modern wastewater treatments. So they do end up in our water systems one way or another if we're using them. Another thing complicating the world of sunscreen is that the labeling in this industry kind of sucks. There just isn't much regulation on it. So terms like biodegradable, reef safe, and natural are tossed around like confetti on these leafy green labels. Thing is, just because it says it's biodegradable or reef safe doesn't necessarily mean that it's non-toxic for you or the environment, because that would be too straightforward. So what are we supposed to do instead? Like a lot of things in conservation, this is a lot more complicated than it needs to be, and it makes me mad. This is where the Imperfect Conservationist comes in. We're taking the big picture and breaking it down into achievable, bite-sized conservation action that you can easily work into your day-to-day life. Okay, so here's what you can do to sunscreen better this summer for your health and the environment. First, wearing protective sun clothing, along with a bit of sunscreen on your skin that's still exposed to the sun, is a great way to go. This is because it still protects you, but cuts down on how much actual sunscreen you need to be using and reapplying throughout the day. Second, whether you go with the sun protective clothing or not, you're still gonna need some sort of sunscreen. Buying a product that is truly safe for you and the reef and the fishes and everybody is key here. We already determined that this is kind of tricky when you try to go it alone. So good news, there is a very stringent certification process that looks at this very thing and has done all the hard work for you. It's called the Protect Land and Sea Certification, and it's done by a nonprofit organization called Hereticus Environmental Laboratory. What makes this certification different from other ones like organic and fair trade, which rely heavily on the manufacturer to just adhere to the criteria, is that this group at Hereticus is actually testing the products for the toxins themselves. Hopefully, with our consumer pressure, a lot of brands will be striving to get this certification in the future. I put some links below on the products and brands available that already have this cert. One of the brands that I personally use that has this certification is called Stream to Sea, and they've really done their research, and their sunscreen and other products are great. This is literally just a company that I truly like and really appreciate the work that they're doing to do better. So I wanted to give them a shout out. Plus, this is a company that was founded by a woman, and I love to support that too. Great people, great products that are truly safe. It's win-win all around. Anytime I'm looking at making a change in my life, I look for 3 things. 1, is it easy? Yes, you're literally swapping out one sunscreen for another. You can find these certified brands in many stores, and planning ahead a little bit, knowing you need to resupply for the summer, you can easily go online right now and order some. So go ahead, just pause the video and come back when you're done, but I'll wait. 2, is it affordable? Per ounce, usually these safer products do end up costing a bit more upfront. But 2 things come into play here. 1 is that it's safer, so that is a big consideration. The other thing is that these are mineral-based sunscreens, so you're using way less product, especially if you're also doing a sun shirt. But seriously, a little bit goes a long way. You'll want to be sure to check out my other video on this. The link is in the description below on how to properly put on mineral sunscreen. There's a particular way to do it that makes it really easy and will keep you from looking like Casper with a total whiteout. Number 3, is it impactful? Yes, and here's why. By swapping to a safer sunscreen, not only are you better protecting yourself, your family, and the reefs, you're also helping drive positive change, because you're supporting companies that are doing it right. And you'll also be raising awareness and inspiring others to make this positive change too, just by using the sunscreen yourself. Plus, this will forever save you from being that person on the beach with the spray can of sunscreen that is coating everyone downwind for like 3 miles with your SPF 50 and getting absolutely nothing on yourself. And now that I think of it in that way, this is kind of like a public service announcement as well. It's like fake coconut stuff in your mouth. There's some good news happening in the big picture here too. You may have heard over the past couple years about sunscreen bans, which of course are only banning the sunscreen with the harmful chemicals in them, not all sunscreens. Understanding the science, places like Palau, Hawaii, and popular destinations in Mexico and the Caribbean have all successfully banned these sunscreens that have the harmful chemicals to help protect their natural resources. I encourage you to support these bans as a voter and a promoter when they come up either where you live or just in helping to raise awareness and gain support for places trying to put a ban in place. Public support always really helps on these things. The best thing we can do here to protect our families and the environment is to learn more about it and become educated consumers. Wear your sun shirts and flex that consumer muscle in supporting companies that are really walking the talk when it comes to creating safe sunscreen. What you do every day matters, and this easy swap out on your sunscreen is just one way that you can be part of the solution. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and that you feel empowered to give this simple swap a try. Be sure to hit that bell below and subscribe to get more videos like this with your dose of conservation empowerment, bite-sized, achievable ways that you can have a positive impact on the world around you right now. I'd also love to hear from you. Write in the comments below if you have ideas or things that you would like for me to cover in upcoming episodes here on YouTube or in my short pro tips on my Instagram channel. Thanks for watching The Imperfect Conservationist. I'll see you next time.
This is what a kick turn is. So you gotta practice balancing before you do that. It's got me thinking about shade over there.
It's hot, isn't it?